All right, what's up, guys? I'm going to quickly show you how to edit the announcements for Studio 203. If you are the editor, here are the steps that you need to take. The first thing that you need to do is get the LaCie. Usually, I'll put it on your desk. The LaCie is just an external hard drive, right? And it's just a place to save files to, right? Like it has a lot of storage on it. So you're going to get this and plug it into your computer. Then I'm going to go down here. Documents, and you can see it's right here, LaCie. Click on that, and then open up Studio 203 folder. And then inside, you're going to open up the Studio 203 Premiere project. You're never going to create a new Premiere project. You're just going to continue to save over the previous day's project, right? So you open this up, and if it says that it's missing files, don't worry about that. You can hit cancel. And then usually there'll be a video like the two people who read the announcements. That video track will be right here. You're just going to delete it. Okay, so you're going to delete, and if there's audio too, if we use mics, they would be down here, like two green tracks. But you would just click right here on the video track and delete it. And then the next thing that you do is read the announcements. So usually I'll put that on your desk. I brought up Friday's announcements here. Here's what they look like. This will be on your desk. And all you're going to do is make sure that the graphics, it's going to take a minute here, the graphics up here in this pretend monitor are organized in the correct order. Okay? So Studio 203 will always be first. This is what's on the monitor while they're saying, welcome back to Studio 203, blah, 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 right? And then I look at the first announcement, and it's seniors check the guidance office for current scholarships. Usually it'll always, 99% of the time, the first thing they're going to talk about is scholarships. Sometimes they'll read all of the scholarships. Sometimes they'll just be checking the guidance office for scholarships. So there it is. The next announcement is for PSAT. Okay, so now, if it's not in here already, because a lot of times they'll be the same or very similar announcements. If it's not already in here, see these pink boxes are the graphics. If it's not already in here, and it's not, see it's a green screen, I'm going to have to go find it. So PSAT, the first thing I'm going to do is check the graphics folder in Premiere. And it's in alphabetical order. So if I go down, you can search for it too. PSAT. There you go. I have a couple different options here. That's good. So I double click there, bring it up. I like that one. I'm going to use it. So I'm just going to slide it in here. Now when I bring in a new graphic, it's not going to fit perfectly in this window. So if I take the playhead over, I can see it's not properly scaled. So I'm just going to make sure I have this graphic selected. I highlight that, go to Effect Controls. I want to change the scale of it, but I don't want to do it. I want to uncheck uniform scale, meaning I can control the height and the width separately. So I uncheck that, and now I'm just going to try and match it up with the green monitor screen. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I don't have to put a number in. I can just click and drag to the left to make it smaller. That looks good. And then I'm going to make it less high. And then there's two different ways I can do this. I can click on the word position, and then I can click here and move it on the screen. Or I can use the up and down, left and right numbers here. So I'm going to take this and move it up. And now I can see the height has to come down a little bit. I'm just going to mess with that until it's pretty close. There we go. That looks good. All right, so there you go. That's PSAT. And then Key Club. If we didn't have it here, so let's say an announcement came up like Key Club, and we didn't have, Key Club wasn't in this graphics folder. Before you go off to the internet to find a graphic, double click in the project window and look in the graphics folder on the LaCie first, right? So sometimes we have it saved in the LaCie, it's just not brought into Premiere here, okay? So double click, look at the graphics folder, and then again, this is in alphabetical order. There's Key Club right there, and we would just double click and bring it in. I know that it's in there though, so I'm not going to mess with it. If it's not here, if the graphic isn't in this folder, it's not in this folder, then you're gonna have to go get a graphic. So I could go to the internet and I could just type in Key Club, go to images, find one that I like, right? And then I just right click on that image, save image as, and I want to rename it to say Key Club logo. And then I'm going to save it on the LaCie in the Studio 203 folder and in the graphics folder. Okay, so I would save it there, and then I would bring it in to Premiere, but I already know it's in there. Okay, so graphics, I know that Key Club, oh, here you can search, type in Key Club, and there you can see there's a whole bunch of them in there. You just double click on one, use that one. We could use a different one. Looks like they're all the same. There you go, just the logo there. So again, I'm gonna pull that in, take the playhead over top of it so I can see it. You can see it's way too small, so I'll make sure it's highlighted. Again, effect controls, uncheck uniform scale, widen it out, make it a little bit taller, change the position, shrink it a little bit. There we go, that looks pretty good. Next announcement. It is, please vote for Homecoming Queen. Oh, we don't need to read that. I hope we didn't read that because they had already voted for that. If they did, yeah. Anyways, we'll do the other graphics here in a second. So once you get all the graphics lined up in the order that you want them, then you're gonna bring in the video. So you're going to get the SD card from the camera person who recorded the announcements. Sometimes there'll be 3 because they'll have an SD card for each mic that the person used. If we didn't use mics that day for whatever reason, you're just going to use the camera audio from this SD card. So I'm going to get the SD card from the camera person and I'm going to put it in my computer. This is a very important step here. I hate these SD card readers. There we go. It's going to be this one right here. Okay. What I want to do first, before I bring it into Premiere, I'm going to take it off of the SD card. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to call it whatever date the show is going to air. So in this case, it's 9/21. We recorded it on 9/18, but it's airing on 9/21. So I can either double or click on it and change the name that way, or right click and hit rename. So I'm going to call it 9.21.20. Then I'll click off. All right. If there's a bunch of files in here, obviously you're going to have to watch through, make sure you got the right one. Sometimes they have 3, 4, 5, 6 takes. So make sure it's the right one. And then I'm going to right click on it and hit cut. And I'm going to go to the LaCie, back to the Studio 203 folder, green screen, and then I'm going to right click and hit paste. And now it's going to copy that video file to the green screen folder. This is where we want to save all of the unedited videos. There it is. So now I can go back to Premiere and back to Premiere. Get rid of this. Double click in here, the project window, go to the green screen folder, and there it is. I want to bring that in, so I double click. There it is. I can move this in here. So I'm going to open this to preview it, and I want to I want to set an in and out point, like right before they start, and then right after they finish. So I'm going to take the playhead here. taking it to right when I see Paige or whoever talks first start talking, and then I'll take it back a little bit. Right there. And I'll hit I, the in point, and then hit spacebar just to play it, make sure it's right.
Welcome back to Studio 203. I'm Paige.
Okay, there we go. Now let's take this playhead at the end. You can see right where they start reaching for the mic, so I know it's over. Take it back a little bit further, and I'm gonna hit spacebar to play, and then when they're done, I'll hit spacebar to stop it.
So, I'll see you guys later.
See you guys later. So I hit spacebar, and now I'm gonna hit O. And now that, I'm just taking just the in and out selected. I don't have anything from the beginning or anything from the end. And then I'm gonna take it from the middle. Again, if I had mic audio, it would be different, but I don't. So I'm just gonna take this from the middle, click and drag down. And I want the top track to be on top of the pink, and the audio track can be wherever for right now. I'm just going to slide it right here so that it snaps to right after this Full House intro. I'm going to snap it right there. And so after this intro, it should go right to the green screen. There you go, it does. And then I just take this audio and move it up, keep everything organized a little bit. So now I gotta take, obviously we can't see the graphics or anything behind them, so I'm going to I'm going to remove the green screen. How do I do that? I'm going to make sure that the track is highlighted, right? Like, click on it to highlight it. I'm going to go over here to my effects, and under video effects, under keying, ultra key, I'm going to click and drag ultra key right on top of the video, okay? And then I just let go. Now to use that effect, I'm going to make sure that the video is still highlighted. Go to effect controls, and what I want to do is under key color, they have this little eyedropper. I'm going to click the eyedropper, hover it over the green. You can see the color in the box changes here. Like if I'm over black, the box is black. If I'm over this yellow, you can see the box turns yellow. I'm basically saying I want to remove whatever color I click on is what the program's going to remove, right? So I want to remove the green, so I just hover it over the green, click it, and it goes away. This isn't great setup here. They look a little, it's not centered. So what I want to do, the video is still selected. Under effect controls, I'm going to scale this up a little bit. Maybe. And I'm going to move it over to the right and then down. There we go. So it's centered up a little. That's good. The other thing that I want to do here is clean up the mat a little bit. So under mat cleanup, I always take the midpoint and contrast to 100. So I just click this little arrow to like get more options under mat cleanup. And under contrast 100 and midpoint 100. Okay, that looks pretty good. Just scroll through. Yeah, looks like we're good. Okay, then I would go back and now the only thing I have to do is match up the length of the graphics with the announcements, right? So I'm going to listen to it, and obviously this first one, what I want to do, give myself some room here for this first graphic. So I'm going to click in here and highlight all of the graphics that I have. I'm just going to move. Whoops. I'm going to move them down to the right so I have room to cut this or make it longer. Then I'm going to take the playhead back to the beginning and just watch it. And when they're done with the intro, like welcome back to Studio 203, my name is Paige, blah, 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 I'm going to stop and I'll show you. So I'm going to take it back here, hit play.
Welcome back to Studio 203. I'm Paige.
And I'm Lane, and I still haven't been able to think of a cool intro for this year, so here are your announcements for Monday, September 21st.
Okay, he's done. So I hit the space bar. Now I can just take, hover my mouse at the end of this graphic, and you see how I get this like red bracket. I'm going to click, hold, and drag until it snaps to the playhead. And now I know it's exactly the right length, right? So
Here are your announcements.
Studio 203 logo is going to, or graphic is going to be here until they're done, ready for the first announcement. And then I'm just going to do that with all of them. So let's see the first announcement. Obviously, is going to be scholarships, so we'll hit play.
September 21st.
Seniors, check in the guidance office for current scholarships.
Okay, there's the first one. So I know this is the scholarship graphic. I'm going to drag it back here, and then I'm just going to, again, hover my mouse towards the end of the graphic and drag it until it snaps to the playhead. And so that's how long that graphic is going to be on there.
Guidance office for current scholarships.
PSAT sign-up is now in the Google Classroom for any interested students. The test is on Wednesday, October 14th of 2020. The cost is $17 to Mrs. Altenhoff in the counseling office when you sign up. Please make your checks payable to Salem City Schools.
Okay, there was that. So I know this is the PSAT graphic. Again, I'm going to drag it back here. It'll snap to that scholarship graphic, and I'm going to lengthen it out to where he was done talking. And I'm just going to do that for all of the announcements. Okay. The first graphic is always going to be Studio 203. The last one is always going to be Studio 203. So I'll just show you the end here. I'm not sure. Wait. Let's see what this is. Oh, Key Club. It should be Key Club.
Payable to Salem City Schools.
Attention all high school students.
Attention.
Key Club will be hosting an ice cream social on Sunday, September 27th at 6 p.m. in the high school cafeteria for any student interested in becoming a member of Key Club. Come and learn what Key Club is about and enjoy a tasty treat. All high school students are welcome to attend.
Okay, so again, I will just drag that out. There we go. And then I would do that for the other announcements all the way to the end. I'm just going to go to the end here. I know that this is Studio 203 graphic. Drag that to the end. Let's see.
Is that on 203 on page?
Or sign up in her office.
Okay, so now they're going to start with the outro here. So I'm going to drag this all the way to the playhead. It'll snap, and then hit play.
That's all the announcements for today. For Studio 203, I'm Paige Bailey.
And I'm Lane Rhodes. Have a great day, Quakes.
And I'd just like to say, I know I have an unfamiliar face with me. Nick has unfortunately been kicked out of broadcast class, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do. So I'll see you guys later.
Okay, and then for the outro here, Lane's an idiot, by the way. For the outro, I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this timeline here. There's always a mark here on the YouTube outro. You want to match the mark up with the end of the video. So if I go, and you can see how it snaps right there. I could snap the beginning of that to the end of the announcements, or the mark. And I want that mark to be right there. So this is going to slide in. Let's see what it looks like.
Figure out what I'm going to do. So I'll see you guys later.
It's kind of jumpy there, but when you export it, it'll be fine.
So I'll see you guys later.
Okay, and then the background I don't need to be this long, right? Because the announcements weren't that long. So I'm just going to take the background, which is like the video of like the parking lot here, and I'm going to just trim it by clicking and dragging to the end until it snaps.
So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do. So I'll see you guys later.
All right, and then we're good. That's it. That's basically it. So if I zoom back out, obviously you would make sure all of the graphics are aligned, but you're done then. So now what you want to do is make sure that the timeline is highlighted. You see this blue box around the timeline. Make sure that you have a blue box there. It's highlighted. And then you'll just go up to File, Export, Media, and I'm going to have I'm just going to change the output name. I'm going to make sure it says H.264, but change the output name by clicking on this blue title. And I'm going to go to Shows, the show folder under the Lacey. So if it's not already selected, I'll go to Lacey, Studio 203, the Shows folder. And here's all the saved shows from last year. I don't have any for this year, so I'm going to say, we're going to call it, I'm going to change the file name to, let's just call it the date, 9.21.20. And then I'd hit save. And then I'd hit export. And that's it. That's how you record or edit the announcements. All right. I guess I will show you how to upload them to YouTube as well. So once it's exported, it will be in that show folder. So then I would just go to the internet and go to YouTube. And then everybody will have this login. You're going to make sure that you're logged into YouTube under Studio 203. So I'm going to switch account, add an account, and it's called Salem Studio 203 at gmail.com. And the password is Salem with a capital S, Salem 6446 OHIO. So Salem, Ohio, basically, but Salem 6446 with a capital S. And save that. And then here we're going to go to this create button up here, upload a video, and we're just gonna, from this folder here, we would go to the show folder. We would find that, I didn't export it, but you would find that exported show. Like, let's just show you here. Just grab one here, and I just click and drag it right here. And then you could for the title, you're gonna put Studio 203. For the description, Salem High School and Junior High announcements for Monday, September 21st. Is it made for kids? You select yes. That's fine. More options, you can just put tags and stuff there. You don't have to worry about that. You just hit next, and then next, and then you want to just leave it here. It's going to be public, so public, and then hit publish. And that's it. That's it. I hope. I'm going to cancel that. And then it will show up on our Studio 203 page. So that's it. That is how, very quickly, you edit the announcements. Pretty easy. Let me know if you have questions. That's it. See ya.